Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Nerds with Chainsaws podcast with your host, me, Brett Drogemeyer, and Dalton Wright.
Howdy.
As per usual, let's start off with what we're drinking today.
Is my sound bad?
Yes, it is.
My mic level was apparently turned to 29%.
Yeah, on Discord or?
In general.
Oh, weird. I was like, Discord's been messing with my freaking microphone levels and like audio output levels.
No, this was like on I went to like control panel sound.
Huh.
That was turned to like 29%, so I just upped it to 50.
Yeah, you're definitely coming through better now.
Do I still need to up it a little more, or do you think that's good?
No, I was looking at the levels. You're right about perfect.
Right. Well, your drink first.
I'm gonna have to do something a little different today because I'm actually just getting over a really bad cold. I had to call in sick to work yesterday, so I don't think alcohol would be good for me. But I do have something kind of cool to review. I found the new Dr. Pepper flavor.
The new Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper Creamy Coconut.
Oh,
yeah,
I've had that.
It's really good.
See, I'm not a huge on coconut, so I was like, it's kind of mid.
Neither am I, but like, I don't know. There's something about that. It just hits. It's just good. It's like usually it tastes like if you take like the cream of coconut like that you use in mixed drinks, the like super sugary sweet stuff, and just mixed it with a little bit of Dr. Pepper. It's super good.
See, any concurrent listeners already know what I'm having.
Yep.
Having some good old Red Stripe Jamaican lager beer, 4.7%. Come in little stubby 11.2 ounce bottles.
Same as the Coors Banquet bottles, I believe.
Maybe. I think they're called stubbies. The
Yeah.
bottle shape. So.
They're similar shaped. I don't know if they're exactly the same or not.
Damn, I need to get like a coaster for my desk.
Leaving some rings on it.
Not on the desk, just on my mouse pad. No, I don't really know how to describe it because there's nothing I've ever had that tastes similar.
Yeah, it does have a pretty unique flavor.
Apparently, this is legitimately what they drink in Jamaica. It's not just like, oh, it's quote-unquote Jamaican import beer. No, this is like the only thing they have in Jamaica, apparently.
I did not know that.
Whoever I was talking to was at a thing from Cassidy's old workplace with the liquor store. And they invited us to a barbecue, and I brought those, and somebody was talking to me, and they're like, yeah, that's like actually what's in Jamaica. Like if you're at Jamaican resorts and you ask for a beer, this is what you're getting.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So like, well, good thing I like it if I ever go to Jamaica. Otherwise, I got to pay import tax on fucking American beers. So
yeah.
I really don't know how to describe the taste of this thing.
I haven't had it in a long enough time that I can't really remember what it tastes like. And I really haven't seen it. I've seen it a couple places around here, but like nothing like super local. None of my liquor stores in town have it in stock. I know for sure.
See, I got these in that Cave Divers place again. Red Stripe's aroma is grainy sweet with just a hint of sweet apples. Its flavor follows suit with a generally nondescript sweetness. I don't really taste much sweetness in it, but that's just me. And a healthy carbonation sting on the tongue. I mean, I don't know if I'd call that carbonation. Let me take another swig. Man, maybe. I don't really think it's that carbonated. Around the middle of the drink, some hops peek through with then gently scuttle away as lingering sweetness hangs in the mouth. So I don't know how to pick the taste out of beers. I really should research that a bit since we talk about beers
Every episode.
every episode. But I guess yeah, hoppy. Hoppy would be an alright description.
I don't know if I'd from what I'm remembering of it, I don't know if I'd necessarily go with what that review says. I don't remember it being particularly sweet or overly carbonated.
Amber lager, low butterscotch flavor, full-bodied and smooth post-palate sensation. It is kind of strong on your when it first touches your tongue. It has a pretty aggressive flavor, but it does leave pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be that full-bodied part, that really strong flavor at the start.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I'm gonna just go to I'm gonna take sommelier courses. Become apprentice sommelier. They don't know what I'm talking about.
Go to class to figure out the big words used to describe things. How things taste.
Well, that way I at least know what the hell I'm drinking. Right now I'm just yep, that tastes like beer. Yep, that one tastes like an ale. That one tastes like an Indian pale ale. Get that out of here.
It just takes time. Figuring out what different shit tastes like.
Well, aside from being sick, anything new?
Not really. Honestly, I did want to talk about this. I saw that Helldivers got an update, a pretty big update, not that long ago. Have you looked at it at all or played any since then?
I haven't played it, but I've seen the update. They were posting memes a couple of days prior to it about. I can probably find one on their official Discord here. They posted one that was. I gotta scroll past the fucking update first. Ginormous ass fucking.
Yeah, they changed a lot of stuff, and from what I've heard, it has made the game completely different in a good way.
Here's one of the memes. And here's the second. Just talking about. I bet he's thinking about other Helldivers. Visible supply lines, attack origins, patrols and spawn rates reverted, invite-only lobbies, super samples at level 6, fixed to the unlimited grenade glitch, and over 100 changes and fixes.
Yeah, it was a huge update, and I tried to get on it and play it earlier this weekend, but freaking Cassie's family showed up right when I got on, so I didn't get to play a match. I was like, dang it. I guess that did happen. I could talk about that. I went to Illinois over the weekend.
See that?
Yeah, nice little road trip up to Illinois for a wedding.
The most boring wedding there is.
Yeah, no, it was not boring. It was a very interesting wedding.
I guess the events that happened during the wedding. But you said it was a dry wedding. That's why I said boring.
It wasn't necessarily dry. They weren't going to stop you from having alcohol, but It was if you didn't bring it yourself, there wasn't anything.
BYOB wedding.
Yeah, but that wasn't specified, so no one brought anything. At least not to us, it wasn't specified. Yeah, that was
a big go into what happened.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get in trouble. It was a very interesting wedding. I don't know what all transpired beforehand, but one side of the family was pissed at the other side of the family. Something like that. I don't know. Wedding, it's like actual ceremony was at a church. Understandable, right? Church's pastor goes up to, do the thing. Starts giving his sermon. First thing out of his fucking mouth is, "You two don't have a chance in hell in making it." And we're all like looking at each other like, it's gonna be a joke. He's gonna circle around to like a lesson. Nope, didn't. That was just straight up his opinion.
Damn.
Yeah, we were like waiting for him to like circle back and be like, "Oh, this is what you need to do if you want to actually have a chance." He's like, "Nope, didn't do that at all. It's just like, you guys don't have a chance.
You guys,
you do. Fucking get out of here." Pretty much. I was like, "Holy shit! All right."
What do you do to get the pastor to say that?
I have no idea.
Damn.
I mean, this is like, it was like middle of fucking nowhere, Missouri. So, and I guess that they have a kid already before they got married. So I don't know if that's what pissed them off or if they did something else. But yeah, I don't fucking know.
I mean, if it was a Catholic wedding, which
it wasn't,
church,
it was not.
I was like, having a kid before marriage, that'll piss the pastor off.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that or something else that went on. I don't know the details. We don't really keep up with that side of the family very much. But I was just like, God damn, fucking pastor said that at my wedding. I'd fucking deck him.
Oh, that was a family wedding?
Yeah, on Cassie's side. So, yeah, that was my interesting weekend.
So there was some speech drama too, wasn't there? Like the best man bridesmaid speeches.
I didn't even stick around for that.
Oh, I thought you were saying. I thought when you messaged me, you're like, yeah, like the fucking best man stood up and was like saying that shit wasn't gonna work.
No, that was the pastor.
Ah.
Yeah, the pastor said that.
You should have stayed for the fucking reunion. Shit would probably been really fun.
We stayed around for a little bit, ate dinner and all that, and pretty much called it good because where we were staying, so the wedding was in Missouri, where we were staying in Illinois was about like an hour away. So we didn't want to stay super long. But, yeah. It was interesting. Definitely the most interesting wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah, I'd be a little mad if that was said by the pastor.
My thing was, like, they had to have seen that coming from him. Like, there's no way he didn't, like, make that known to them that he was going to do something like that. At least I hope not. So, I don't know.
Should have made it not a dry wedding after that one.
Well, the other thing is the bride. I think it was the bride. I know the bride wasn't old enough to drink. I don't know if the groom is. It's like I know the bride at least wasn't 21. I don't know about the groom. So that also played a factor.
Yeah, fair enough. But why pay for everybody else to drink when you can't yourself?
Yeah. So that made it a little more understandable, but still, it was like, oh my. It was just an interesting weekend.
Yeah, mine really wasn't. do a whole lot. Like, I went to my grandparents. Had a good time there, but then nothing eventful happened.
No one died this time?
Nobody died.
That's always a plus.
But I suppose we'll get into some Helldiver stuff.
Anyway, yeah, back on topic to Helldivers.
I'll start with one of the polls because I'm happy about this one. One of the polls on their Discord was, which armor perk is your favorite? My favorite armor perk won the majority vote. Engineering kit.
Extra nades.
19%. Extra nades and extra recoil control when crouched or prone.
Yeah, I like the one that gives you extra stims. I've been running that one.
That one came second. That one was second place by 1%. But I suppose we can just kind of, it's a long fucking list, we just go down the list and say our opinions of it.
Yeah.
Starting at the top here with balances. You do much with rocket sentries? Because I don't.
Wait, which one are you looking at? And then the announcements or?
Patch note update.
Patch note.
Patch 01.
Oh, crashes.
0.4.
Crashes. Fixes.
1.0.4 is the big one.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah it is. Fucking Christ, I'm still scrolling. There we go. Rocket Sentry.
I don't do anything with Rocket Sentry, so this one really doesn't apply to me.
I use them every once in a while.
But more accurate, go after larger targets, distance increase by 25 meters.
They don't fire 2 rockets at once.
Just 1 rocket at a time for better economy. Rocket explosion radius is 4 times bigger. Explosion penetration no longer can take out heavy armors. It can still directly damage it, just not the explode, not the extra. And projectile damage from 200 to 300.
Overall, an improvement, I would say.
I mean, it's a buff. It's a buff for sure. I just never use Rocket Sentry, so I mean...
I use them every once in a while.
I'll never see it.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Sentry, I also don't use because the Gatling Sentry is just so much better, but...
Reduce
the cooldown by a minute. So 2 minutes to get it out instead of 3. Reason to bring it instead of the Gatling Sentry? Maybe. You can call it down quicker.
Yeah, if you want something you kind of spam down, it'd be a little more viable now.
But changes to all of the sentries.
Increased durability.
From 0% to 80%. The fuck you mean 0%?
So, in this game, they do durability and stuff like that weird. 0% is just like a baseline. So, like, when the game first came out and all the armor was bugged, it was bugged at 0% armor. So 0% is like actually 100% of normal durability. So now it just has like 80% more health than what it would normally, I guess.
Weird.
80% more than its base health, kind of, is how I understood it worked. I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of how I understood it.
Well, I mean, that's a massive improvement considering I'd call a sentry down and die in fucking 2 whacks by a warrior bug. Terminated. I also said Glyphid. I don't know why. Wrong game.
Deep Rock.
Same enemy, wrong game. HMG encampment. That's something I've actually started using recently, and it's kind of fucking fun. Rotation doubled.
Yeah. That's gonna... Dude, that thing was fucking slow as shit to turn. It was still pretty good, but I think
that was its drawback.
Yeah.
Was its move speed.
That'll make it way better.
I think that's going to get dropped again. I think
Maybe,
we can
maybe
look
a
at the
little
next
bit.
update. I think they're going to drop it down to 50.
Yeah.
Anti-personnel minefield. That's just a funny one to use sometimes. 100 more damage from the mines
Nice,
could
nice.
be actually valuable now.
Yeah. We still haven't got the anti-tank mines because
No, we have them. Or I'm pretty sure we got them now.
no, we saved the children instead.
Oh yeah.
Because fuck the anti-tank mines, I guess.
Well,
Everyone,
I mean that one was for a good cause, but I really want those tank mines.
it's fine. I'd rather save the children.
Incendiary mines have 60 more damage for their explosions. Incendiary mines are always funny to pair with the normal mines. I like calling them both down next to each other and just making an impassable fucking area for anything.
Yeah.
But also, they were all close enough they triggered each other, and just one fucking little terminid, little orange bugs would step on one, and the entire place got cratered.
Entire fucking area is just gone.
So useful, no. Funny, yes. Orbital Gatling. Nobody ever uses this after they get any other orbital weapon, but
Now you might.
fire rate up by 25%. Rounds per salvo doubled from 30 to 60. Armor pen can now damage heavy armor targets. That might be huge.
Yeah, that means it can damage Bile Titans and Chargers and Hulks and stuff like
Chargers, Hulks, tanks,
Factory Striders.
factory striders. That's actually kind of huge. And cooldown from 80 seconds to 70. And calm them down almost every minute.
Yeah. I've seen people using it. It's pretty fucking good now. Same with the next one, the Orbital Precision Strike.
Cooldown 10 seconds less from 100 to 90. Decreased spawn calling time from 4 to 2. That might actually make it usable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it makes it a lot easier to hit those big targets with it.
if you got good with it, you could hit chargers. I've done it a couple of times, but it was a little rough.
Yeah, it is challenging at 4 seconds. At 2 seconds, it's almost an instantaneous call-in. Or at least it feels like it.
You wouldn't have to like lead the charger so much. You can pretty much throw it. You can pretty much throw it at the charger while it's running.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's what I want to. That's what most of the community wants is buff the guns, don't nerf them. Make everything viable by everything being good. Don't bring the good stuff down.
Yeah, and I think especially with this patch, they kind of figured that out.
But I mean, also some of the nerfs, I do completely understand. And I think the community is just being a bunch of whiny babies on them, like the fucking railgun nerf. Come on.
Yeah, that thing was kind of overpowered.
Well, so they literally all they did was make safe mode less powerful and forcing you to use unsafe because unsafe wasn't the only thing they changed it to was you had to charge it a little more to get full damage. It wasn't even that much more. People were just bad. Uh, they even went back on some of the railgun nerf and upped the safe mode pen.
I think where it is right now is pretty good.
There's enough options now. People got used to using other shit other than the railgun that I think it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Orbital airburst. That was always a fun one when you were like a low level and you first got the airburst. That thing fucking slapped.
Yeah, that thing's fun to use. Decrease cooldown.
Well, hold on a second. I got to send a text here.
Yeah, decrease cooldown from 120 to 100 seconds. So you can call those in a little more often. I've noticed that is a pretty common theme with a lot of these stratagem changes is that call-in times have been reduced pretty much across the board.
But not necessarily a bad thing. I guess I won't say what I was about to say because it's mentioned later on. It's another fix. So we'll get to that. Eagle 110s. Those ones I occasionally do still bring depending on the mission. While these changes may look like a straight up nerf, it's not the intention. Please see the blog post for more information. Improved targeting. Well, that's not a nerf. Sometimes the rocket pods will just hit fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Increased projectile armor penetration. Now does 100% to heavies instead of 50. Again, I don't see that as a nerf. Oh, there it is. Decreased projectile damage from 600 to 250. Damn. To compensate for the improved targeting and extra damage from increased armor pen. I mean, it's about the same damage. If it's doing 100% of 250 versus 50% of 600, it's a 50 damage difference.
Yeah, so it does pretty much the same damage, and it has a lot higher chance of hitting now.
So you're doing 50 less damage, but you're almost guaranteed to hit. I mean, not horrible, I suppose, because you're not calling the rocket pods something that's not armored. You're not calling that on Devastators or something, you know?
Yeah.
You're calling that on the big boys.
So
Decreased explosion armor penetration. Explosions can no longer damage heavies. I mean, the explosions really didn't do anything anyway either. They're not an AoE attack. They're kind of pinpoint.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's that bad. I think I'd rather it hit targets more often.
Yeah, I don't really see that as a nerf either. That's more of just straight up a balance thing right there. It's not better and it's not worse. It's just now
It's what they meant it to be.
Yeah, it's working as intended now instead of what it was doing.
So, I'll give that my seal of approval too. So far, no bad ones. Eagle strafing run. Again, that one kind of doesn't get used once you have like the Eagle cluster bombs or something, but increased uses from 3 to 4. God damn, you could have 5. You could have 5 of these things.
Yep.
Increased armor pen can now damage heavy.
So it can now hurt Chargers, Bile Titans, Hulks, Factory Striders. It's like
I doubt I'll use them still, but
it makes it more like an actual A10 gun run, like I think they were intending it to be.
the only the really cool thing about the strafing runs was they're the only Eagle that basically came down immediately. All of them say the call-in time was instant, but this one legitimately was.
Yeah, you throw it down, it's it's going.
The rest of them did have a second or two of the actual Eagle coming in. The fucking strafing run just grenade launch. Oh, so we're into
Now we're into
special weapon or
support weapons.
Grenade launcher explosion damage increased by 50 from 350 to 400. I didn't really think the grenade launcher needed a buff, but I mean, fuck, I suppose. That thing's already kind of a solo player, wet dream. Ooh, here we go. Heavy machine gun. That thing was ass. Let's see what they did.
Oh, they made this thing pretty good.
Projectile damage from 100 to 150. Alright. Increased projectile damage against durable body parts from 23 to 33. Okay. Decreased fire rate. So they just made the medium fire rate the high end.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is good.
That's fine.
It makes it way more controllable.
Yeah, so that's fine. That thing doesn't have a ton of ammo anyway, and it kind of just melts through it. Decreased reload time from 7 seconds to 5.5. That's big.
That is big.
And increased stagger strength. Alright. Maybe the HMG could be usable now.
I haven't seen a lot of people using it, but it does seem like it would be better.
I mean, any mission I took it on before, I died. I mean, the HMG was not good.
Yeah. It was really hard to use and get consistent results with.
I mean, you almost did more damage with the normal MG because you could actually land shots.
Yeah, you could control it. And
Now, speaking of the
and
MG,
on to the normal MG. Yeah.
half a second less reload time from 4 to 3.5.
And more
One extra
magazines.
mag. All right.
Don't know if it needed it, but I'll take it. A little improvement.
I kind of felt the machine gun was pretty good as is, but hey, better's better. That's a lot of things. MG Sentry, Gatling Sentry, and Exosuit Gatling gun. Increased damage from 80 to 90. Alright, so MG's getting even more love. Which that also ups the, makes the faster call-in MG Sentry be more viable as well.
Yeah.
And increased damage against durable body parts from 7.5% to 25%.
Oh, dang, that's a good
big jump.
That's a good jump, yeah.
I never realized the exosuit wasn't able to really do anything against tougher enemies. I thought it killed them pretty good.
I don't know what the quote-unquote durable body parts is. Is that armor that you can break, maybe?
So, durable body parts, I'm assuming, are like... I'm going to assume it's things that aren't necessarily just straight-up armor, and more like the nursing spear, or the bile and nursing spear's, like, glowing back piece. I don't think that's armored, I think that's durable. But then when you get up to, like, suicide, and they actually do get armor plating back there, but...
Yeah.
I'm thinking durable parts are anything that's not the actual weak point.
That makes sense.
Is my guess. So on like your warriors, the head's the weak point. The rest is durable. On the guards, their legs are armored, face is weak.
Stuff you can't blow off of them.
Yeah. So I'd say like the bodies of most things are probably considered durable, but they're not armored.
Yeah. That makes sense.
There's some weird things thrown into this one. The Liberator, which I've not had the liberty, get it? Bad joke, I'm sorry. The liberty to use Stalwart and the machine gun version of the Guard Dog. Increased projectile damage to durable body parts from 10% to 23%. Weird number, but alright. I don't really use the guard dogs, so I know you mainly use the laser one, so I don't know if you have it.
The laser one's just so much better than the one that has to reload.
Now, I think the Liberator needed it. Right? No, just kidding. The Liberator's the fucking...
The first one.
That's the first one. Just kidding. The Adjudicator's what I was thinking of. Never mind. Liberator and Stalwart. More damage. Alright. The Liberator was already kind of maintained a meta position, so that's pretty good.
It wasn't bad, like ever, but if they're wanting to make everything feel more powerful, fucking go for it.
I do like that the Stalwart's thrown in there, because if you're running something like the Eruptor that you can't use close quarters, the Stalwart's kind of a primary replacement, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Liberator Concussive. That's a gun that needs nerfs bad. Or buffs bad. Increased projectile damage against durable body parts from 23% to 35%. I don't think it's enough. I think maybe the 35% is good enough, but I think its damage needs to be a little higher, because the concussive, I think they're trying to make it a support your team kind of weapon, like keep everything staggered while everybody else kills it. But I mean, oh my god, it's so fucking rough.
You need to be able to kill things yourself though too.
It is rough. I wanna like it because it's a cool design.
It's a really cool gun, but it's yeah, it. I don't know. We'll have to try it out in the new update.
I think I think that's what we should do. Next episode, tier list. I think next episode's a tier list. I'll fucking share my screen, go to a tier list website, get everything for both weapons and stratagems separate, and make a fucking tier list.
Let's do it.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll plan on that.
And we'll bring you our personal thoughts. I'll use every fucking weapon and every stratagem that I can get my hands on. Obviously, I don't have like the newest war bond I have is the fucking first one. Or the first X, like the first new, like added one, I should say. Um, what is that called? Cutting Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the newest one I have, and I don't even have all the weapons in it, so I apologize. Tier list will be incomplete, but I do have all the stratagems, and I think you do as well.
Yeah, I do. I have all the stratagems. I think I still haven't bought any of the newer war bonds yet either. I might get the one that just came out, the fucking Viper one.
Viper.
Yeah, that one's fucking sweet.
That one, I think, is from what I can gather from the community, because even if you go to the player polls, they asked, what do you think of Viper Commandos? Usually when they ask that question, over half of the votes are, I didn't like it or I didn't buy it. People are just like, nah, what the fuck ever. This is the first one where the community's actually like, alright, it's pretty good. 45% of the votes went to, I think it's okay, and 30% went to, I think it's great.
I think it's really cool because you actually have like camos and shit for your drop pods and your exosuits and stuff like that, and you get a custom title.
Yeah, you're getting customization, which this game's all fucking about. Players love customization. And it's not just a dump of three kind of like generic, like, the armors look cool, but the abilities on the armors are just generic throw-ins. The weapons are just generic weapons. Just they look a little different. This time they only did 2 sets of armor and 2 weapons, and the third page is just all customization. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a different style of war bond, and I enjoy it. So I might actually drop. Well, I have enough to buy it, enough super credits to buy it right now, but I might drop a little extra money in just to keep my credits up, just because of how cool it looks.
I think I'll still grab the next one in line, just because I really want the Eruptor. I want that fucking sniper.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on. BR-14 Adjudicators is the one I couldn't review. But if I got that one Warbone, I could. Magazine capacity from 25 to 30. Everybody's happy with more bullets. And damage against durable parts from 10% to 20%.
Is that triangle looking one?
Yeah, it's that really weird one that was just absolute shit. They listed it as a marksman rifle originally.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like what's it called? What the Scar H is in real life, a battle rifle. But it didn't really work as intended when it first came out.
Its damage was piss. Its recoil was outrageous. Nobody could use it, and they're like, nah, we're not. This thing's shit, we're not going to use it. And so they finally moved it down to the assault rifle class, dropped its recoil, upped its damage a bit, and now they're giving it a few more bullets and a little more damage still. So I think that's something that really needed it. So that's good to see. Tenderizer also can't use, but I think that's
when that one came out. It had to have had the wrong fucking stats applied to it because it was just straight up awful. If I remember
is that the one
right.
From the ice one, the Arctic?
I think so.
It's the SMG, yeah.
No, that's the assault rifle.
Oh, that's the assault rifle.
Yeah.
I would say it had the wrong fucking stats based on the number of things changed here. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. I couldn't review this one either, but increased projectile damage from 60 to 95,
Yeah.
damaging turbo parts from 10 to 17%, decreased ammo from 35 to 30. That's interesting, but I guess doesn't matter that much now. You're doing a lot more damage. Dropped magazines from 10 to 8. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm gonna say neutral to that one. And increased stagger strength. Overall, I think that sounds pretty good for you.
Yeah, I'm
See,
fully in the boat that got put into the game with the wrong stats applied to it.
see, when this Warbond dropped, I think I played once during its. I think I played once that month, and that was also when I stopped watching like cloud plays every day, and so I didn't really see much of the community at this point. So these guns I know little about, so I can't say if that's like a super needed buff to it or not. But I'm gonna say it probably was, based on the amount of stuff.
If it is the gun
Uh,
I'm thinking about, yeah, it was just like no one touched it. It was completely useless.
I mean, it very well could be. It's either that assault rifle or that like Sten looking SMG, which the SMG looks fucking cool. But I'm gonna say it's probably the assault rifle with a damage of 95.
Yeah.
Um, Class 1 Purifier. That's a gun I want, but you said wasn't very good.
I don't know if it wasn't very good. I just have not seen very many people running it.
Because that's the one you have to charge up before each shot.
I think so, yeah.
Increased projectile armor pin to be the same as the explosion. That's weird that it wasn't. That had to probably be just a wrong input. And decreased explosion fall off. I mean, it's nothing but buffs, so overall good. Crossbow. The crossbow actually looks pretty cool. People didn't use it that much because the eruptor existed. Well, I've seen gameplay of the crossbow. It's still pretty fucking good. Increased explosion armor pin to be the same as the projectile. Alright. Increased demolition strength can now destroy bug holes and bot fabricators. That's huge.
That's cool.
That is huge. That makes it like a mini grenade launcher now.
Pretty much, yeah.
And added medium armor penetration tag. So now it's a mini grenade launcher you can have in your primary. And there's the grenade pistol. Then you can have your secondary. And the normal grenade. You can just be full explosive.
And engineering kit where you can have even more grenades.
Christ, that might be a meme build. That might be kind of fun.
It's nothing but explosives.
Nothing can get close to you because you'll kill yourself, but maybe against bots. Maybe against bots would be good. Bugs, probably death sentence, but
Yeah.
here we go. The Eruptor. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Up the damage again. After nerfing the shit out of it.
Well, they didn't nerf, so what they did before was they just took away the shrapnel. So people kept killing themselves with it.
That was part of the
So
fun, though.
They just removed shrapnel, instead made it one explosive round. And made the damage higher on that explosive round to, like, make up for there not being shrapnel anymore. Which I thought the shrapnel was cool, because you could send it into those, like, bot bunkers and just watch everything get shredded, but anyway, on to this one, because Jesus fucking Christ, this thing's like a Hulk one-shot now. Damage from 420 to 570.
It's a pretty good increase.
I thought the thing was already kind of like on the top of the fucking tier list. So what prompted that?
I think it was from it still not doing as much damage as it did when it had shrapnel. I think that's kind of a fix to that.
Jesus Christ. Ooh, this one I like seeing
And
because I like
you like
I
to
like the
use this
diligence
next one,
counter.
yeah.
Well, I like the counter sniper. This isn't the counter, but the normal diligence increase projectile damage to durable parts from 10 to 25%. And some enemies have durable parts that can receive only a portion of base damage from projectiles. I don't know why that's put under the diligence. I think that should have been under other. But diligence does more damage, essentially. I like diligence and the counter diligence because they require skill to use. People shit on them because they're bad. Everyone's like the counter is so fucking bad. It's I mean I can agree that its ergonomics are pretty shit, but I think that's kind of the point. That's its drawback. But people just were like, nope, counter diligence is F tier, D tier at the most. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? It'll two-shot devastators to the head. Y'all just can't fucking aim.
Yeah.
But I mean, it gets rough to aim when you start getting swarmed. But you
Again,
can
that
keep your composure. That thing's good.
yeah, that's kind of the drawback to it. If you can land your fucking shots while they're a ways out, you don't have to worry about getting swarmed.
Is it good against bugs? Hell no. But not every gun's supposed to be good against everything. It's a bot gun, and it does really good on bots if you are good. I think that ends on weapons.
Yeah.
Other.
How's it going, everyone? Brett here. This episode ended up running to about an hour and a half long of us discussing the Helldivers 2 update, and yeah, so we ended up deciding to split this episode into two shorter episodes, not quite as long as our usual ones, but we figured it was close enough to kind of justify that instead of having just one longer episode. So if you want to hear the ending of this episode, join us next week at the usual time, and then the week after that we will be doing kind of a follow-up update, going over kind of how the game plays now, and yeah, so join us then, and have a good one, everyone.